Hello, I'm INTJ. My personality type is INTJ. When thinking about starting a relationship, I'm looking to make a connection that has the potential to be long-term. I have high expectations of myself and also of others. This naturally influences my outlook. When considering love, time is important to me, and I don't want to waste it. I like to be efficient. I'm particular about how I spend my time, and who I choose to spend it with. If starting a relationship with someone new is not something that I see as a good investment, then I'm unlikely to get involved. I seek growth and optimization in everything that I do, and this extends to my intimate relationships. I'm extremely loyal to those that matter to me. I look for honesty and sincerity in a partner. I want to be with someone who can say what they mean and mean what they say. I value intelligence. I find it mentally stimulating. Someone who is knowledgeable, has a productive mind, and interesting things to share in conversation suits me down to the ground. On the outside, I may come across as very serious, but I have a fun side within that comes to the surface with like-minded people. Intellectual banter is something that I very much enjoy. When someone takes my interest, I'm motivated to learn all that I can about them. I tend to make judgments using a logical criteria. Knowing what's taking place on the emotional side of the relationship can take longer for me to figure out. I spend a lot of time in my head. There's usually something running through my mind that I want to process more deeply on my own. I have a lot of intuitive ideas that I aim to channel through my work, which means that I'm seldom short of things to do. And so, having someone around me all the time isn't a necessary requirement. Being with someone who has their own interests and goals is perfectly fine by me. This allows the space for us to attend to our individual pursuits. In a close relationship, I need someone who can be patient with me when it comes to the expression of my feelings. This is an aspect of myself that I tend to control or hide for the most part, partly because I don't see my emotions as being a priority. I'm reserved when it comes to talking about my personal problems, and it's hard for me to open up about my emotions. I've suffered my fair share of misunderstanding from others in the past. If I let someone into my life, they need to understand that I'm a complex human being. Sharing my emotions with someone can be a very vulnerable experience. And so when I find someone who I'm comfortable enough to do this with, it can be very moving for me and get very deep. When I trust someone, I'm pretty open. However, I tend to keep a lot of my thoughts to myself. I'm not trying to be secretive. It can take a while to crystallize my ideas. I feel that it's important to come to an accurate conclusion. If my thoughts are not yet clarified or fully formed, I don't see much use in sharing them. My thought process tends to be deep and complicated. I engage in a lot of conceptual reflection and analysis. This is why I place a high value on being with someone who has the mental capacity to comprehend the things that I communicate. It definitely helps me to feel that we are more deeply connected. I'm often thinking about realistic ways to achieve my goals. Working with logic is one of my strong points. I want to optimize on life and focus on what's necessary. I like to remain mentally strong for the person that I love and care for. I believe that living a good life requires careful planning. I'm always thinking about tomorrow. I'm aware that paying attention to budgeting and good financial organization can lead to a better quality of life in future. I love when long-term plans manifest in reality, and I value a partner who can be appreciative of what I have put into achieving results. I put a lot of focus into making improvements It means a lot to me when my partner can recognize and admire me for my personal qualities and capability. I'm good at creative problem solving. But, in a close relationship, it needs to be understood that I don't necessarily factor other people's feelings into the equation. When seeking solutions, giving emotional support is not necessarily one of my strongest life skills, but something that I could grow to develop. When I get into a loving relationship, my feelings can run very deep, and I want the best for both of us. Because I want to be in a relationship that grows in the long run. When I give my heart to someone, I'm seriously committed to improving our relationship. Sometimes, my words may sound harsh. I'm not trying to be personally hurtful. I just feel the need to give my truthful, objective feedback to the person that I love. Sometimes, I may seem stubborn with my opinions. I engage in a lot of thought before settling on an idea or communicating what I believe. So my personal views mean a lot to me. With deeper introspection, I have found my personal values to be important. And once I have grown to value you as a person, you come into this category. You might not be able to see it now, but I'm wholeheartedly focused on what I believe is best for our long-term good. With intimate relationships, when someone has my heart, I'm in all the way, and I will do all that I can to make things work. I love deeply and passionately, and my loyalty is second to none.